Hey, what's up, world? I don't know who wrote this, but I thought I would share it with y'all. We fell asleep in one world and woke up in another. Suddenly, Disney is out of magic, Paris is no longer romantic, New York doesn't stand up anymore, the Chinese wall is no longer a fortress, and Mecca is empty. Hugs and kisses suddenly become weapons, and not visiting parents and friends becomes an act of love. Suddenly, we realize that power, beauty, and money are worthless and can't get us the very thing we're fighting for, oxygen. The world continues its life, and it's beautiful. It only puts humans in cages. I think it's sending us a message. We are not necessary. The air, earth, water, and sky, without us, are just fine. When we come back, remember that we are guests and not its masters.
Hello and Hotel. This is Brother Khemmet coming at you with another episode of Blaque Gumbo. You can reach us at blaque@gmail.com. We're coming at you from the Defy Life Podcast Network, and you guys have just listened to Michael K. Williams, the actor. This guy played in the hit series show called The Wire. He played the Omar Little character. He also played Chalky White on Boardwalk Empire. He read a poem from us from an unnamed author at the time, but the poem sure do fit our current situation. COVID-19 in the stock market. I know some of you are saying, what in the world does COVID-19 have to do with the stock market? Well, in reality, a whole lot. While most businesses are closed and while most people are supposed to be staying inside, which I know and understand is a very hard thing to do, I got that. It's easy for some, but hard for most. And I'm sure by now the COVID-19 has the world's attention. And I'm sure that you all have been keeping up with all the latest news and information that the media seems fit at this particular moment. But we're going to talk about some things that the media is not talking about at this particular moment. To really understand COVID-19, we have to take a look back into the past for answers. And what I mean by that is that this is not the first time that we've had a viral infection that has become a global pandemic. We all should study what is now called the Spanish flu today. It hit the world in 1918 and lasted up until the 1920. Still to this day, no epidemiologist can say for certain the origin of what country the Spanish flu is from. We understand what epidemiology is when we study the MMR vaccines. We understand those are scientists who study and track disease and infections and try to find solutions to what can be done about it. There's a lot of theories, but no one knows exactly where it came from. They did, however, find out that the Spanish was hit the hardest and the Chinese was hit the least. I think this gives us some insight to how it became known as the Spanish flu. We are exactly 100 years to date from 1920 to 2020, and we are facing the exact same things our foreparents faced back then. I know some of you are saying to yourself, well, how did this thing spread the world? We were not connected like that, like we are today. 100 years ago, we were not connected around the globe like that. But yes, in a way we were. Remember, the sea and rail were our main two go-to for forms of transportation, especially for military personnel who traveled the world. The general public didn't travel like that at that time. Today, we're all very well connected around the globe. And now that we have access to information faster than we ever thought or imagined, we can communicate around the globe in just seconds compared to months, weeks, or days that it took information to get to one place to another. Think about 100 years ago. Think about how long it took for information to travel. COVID-19 and the Spanish flu seem to be related. The symptoms are very, very similar, and they figured out what needed to be done. I tell you, it took our ancestors a minute, which what I mean by that, it took them a good little while to figure out what had to be done to stop the spread of the global pandemic. And they had to get the word out around the globe. The answer was simple, but like I say, still very, very hard to do. Stay in place was the solution. This in turn boiled down to us staying home, mostly inside, and only coming out to get bare essentials. When we go out, we must protect ourselves by educating ourselves on what we should do. Also listen to our trusted health professionals and their guidelines and recommendations. Protect yourself at all costs and protect yourself how you see fit. Because it's not just about you. It's about people that you come in contact with. It's about loved ones that you can be coming in contact with. And with this particular virus, people's immune system is not up to par. It could be a death sentence. So it's not just about you, the person. It's about everybody around you. You got me? Please watch the movie Contagion and study the Spanish flu. The answers to our problem are in both the movie and the real-life pandemic of 1918. Today we have some of the best medical minds coupled along with some of the greatest technology that's in our lifetime. They are working diligently and as fast as they can to solve this 21st century pandemic. People, we will prevail. I have no doubt in my mind because we can communicate today in seconds across the entire globe. We have the technology. We can solve this problem. And as we head into a national stay in place, which would be for most not the ideal thing to do right about now, especially that we come up on spring and the summer months. But hey, we have to do what's best for us as a species in order to survive this. We're dealing with nature right now. Okay? So we have to do the best for what it takes for us to survive. It may be hard to go inside, but this is what's best. This is like medicine that you don't want to take. It's good for you, but it's nasty. And that's what we got, but we have to do it. Let's not forget, we have access to internet, and we're able to do more things from home than at any other time period in history. We can do our own research now. We can make sure to keep ourselves healthy during this 21st pandemic. Your health is your number one commodity right now. Here are a few things that I, family, and some friends are doing to boost our immune system, which is key right now. We're taking vitamin C, Emergency. We're taking oregano oil by the North American Mediterranean. We also have on hand some immune kit in case it's needed. Please do your own research before taking anything that someone else is using. We're exercising in place and we're taking walks when it's ideal. I'm sure you all have some things that can be done, that you can do health-wise also. If you have some other things that we hadn't mentioned, please share with us at blaqe@gmail.com. That's blaquegumbo@gmail.com. Now that we have shared some of the health information, let's talk about the things that we can do to better our wealth while we are stuck in place or staying in place. The internet and social media can be our best friend. Today, we can recreate businesses for as little as $200. We can become independent contractors to carry people and transport food. We can now make all kind of income from home or over our cell phone. All we need is a computer and a Wi-Fi connection. The stock market can be one of our great resources to create income. I know some of you thinking, hey, it takes a long time to generate income with the stock market. Well, yes, that is one method that people use, and that's called long-term investing. What I'm talking about is a little different. I'm talking about option trading or day trading. These are other ways that you can make income in the stock market. And here I have some resources for you to check out if you're interested in learning how to day trade or option trade. Remember, the main reason that I mentioned the stock market is it is the ideal place and the ideal go-to place right now because there's always opportunity to make income in the stock market, whether the market is going up or whether it's going down. But before engaging in the stock market, you must learn that it is a skill set. That's what you have to understand. This ain't something that you just jump into. It is a skill set. And here's some of the resources I want you to go take a look at on YouTube. And YouTube can be your best place for education right now. And a lot of the stuff is out there for free. I want you guys to go check out the Wall Street Trapper, Mr. Leon Howard. I want you to check out Curtis Carroll. I want you to check out Jason Brown. These are teachers. Tela Holcomb, TelaHolcomb. I want you to check out Jay, and his company is called Eat, Sleep, or Profit. Just punch in Eat, Sleep, or Profit. I want you to look at KAF Investing and check out the Profit Room with Latoya and Ernest. They teach this information. They have the skill set. They're ready to share it. There's a lot of other information out there. And people out there sharing information. It don't cost you a whole lot. You can set up a trading platform for free. You have some stimulus money that you may be coming into your hands in a little bit. But first, get educated and then take that time to learn what you need to learn. And then you can start making income from the stock market. I want to leave you guys with a poem that I found on Facebook by Kathleen O'Mara that was written in 1869. And the poem goes like this. And people stayed at home and read books and listened and they rested and they did exercises and they made art and played and they learned new ways of being and stopped and listened more deeply. Someone meditated, someone prayed, someone met their shadow, and people began to think differently, and people healed. And in the absence of people who lived in ignorant ways, dangerous, meaningless, and heartless, the earth also began to heal. And when the danger ended and people found themselves, they grieved for the dead, and they made new choices, and they dreamed new visions, and they created new ways of living, and they completely healed the earth just as they were healed. This fit 100% with what we have going on today. Just remember, people, that we are creators. We have the power to create our reality. We must keep putting positive energy into the universe. We must keep putting positive energy into the universe. This is Brother Khemmet. Hold out.